pilots today. Hopefully your day is going okay for you. So we're doing a flight over. I did this flight last night, but FS Airlines decided to mess up. It was really interesting because I got to Boston. I landed at runway 27, and I sign off of VATSIM, and I say, I go to the FS Airlines client. I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna check my speed because you can check your landing rate before you put on your brakes, and so that's what I was trying to do, and I thought it was interesting because it wasn't showing me my landing rate. It was just showing you all the other stuff, but nothing about landing. And I thought, well, that's weird. So I was like, okay, I'll just go ahead and put on my brakes because I knew I had a, you can tell when you've got a good landing. You know when if it's something that's, a smooth landing or something that's super hard. You can tell that by even looking at your speed when you come in and looking at your vertical, right? So, I was coming in at, at 1,200 feet, I was already at minus 623, negative 623. And I thought, okay, well, that's good. And then, you get down to 500, and usually when I get to 500 feet, usually my speed is between, negative 620 to 780, something like that. So if you land with them kind of numbers, you can almost be reassured that, your landing is going to be acceptable. It might not be negative 20 or negative 40 or even, negative 100. It could even be up to negative 300 or even negative 4. But it's still, an acceptable landing rate. But I always look to double check just to make sure. But anyway, I put on the landing, I put on the parking brake. I go back to FS Airlines and I'm hitting in flight. Would not do it. And I look at the top and I seen the message that said, in flight button will be available when you land. And I'm going, what? I'm landed. Clearly I'm landed. But anyway, I'm just going to do the flight over. I don't know why FS Airlines decided to act silly, but it did. And instead of going through the whole process trying to contact someone and getting it all straightened out, I'm just going to do the flight over. It's about 4 hours. The flight is. That'd be roughly what I'll be 4 hours while at cruise altitude, which is going to be flight level 320, 32,000. We are on VATSIM. I don't see anybody on. We're going to take a look again. I don't have on my screen reader neither, guys. That way don't drive you crazy. But you'll be able to hear everything else. Let's take a look and see. I don't think anybody's on. Yeah, we got nobody's on. I'm gonna hit my mode C button. All right, then we'll just go to COM 1 is on. All right, we'll set that, and then dot COM 1.122.8. All right, so we're on Unicoms today. It looks like maybe we'll get some ATC as we get back over, in the United States. I don't know. It depends on who's on and who's not. So yeah, I need to make sure. So I'm closing the weather program. I want to reopen it. So we'll open weather. this too. There we go. With the weather there. Alright, and then I'll go ahead and open up FS Tramp, that way I can reposition. One second. Go up here. Open. Yeah, I know you're going to give me that. Okay. And then by the way, we're at Keflavik. bikf. We're going to be taking off from runway 19. So I'll leave that there. I do have the FSATC chatter on, but we're not getting nothing over here. Maybe it'll start talking when we get closer to the United States. If we're not to do that, being nobody's on, kind of simulate that. If ATC comes on, I'll get rid of the FSATC chatter, or I'll just mute it. There's a mute option. I want to make sure before we get started here that the volume is good. Let me take a look. Okay, volume. Alright, volume's at 35. That's good enough. I don't want to blast your all's ears with it. So, volume is set. TFM is loaded, but we're going to reload it just to play that safe. Alt-R. Restart. Alright, so we're going to restart TFM. All right, you guys. We got TFM loaded. Hold on, guys. All right, there we go. Sorry, I had a little bit of company here. So got a dog outside the window here. He always wants me to go out there and feed him. It's the neighbor's dog. He wants me. I started a bad thing. All right. So let's go ahead and open the door. All right, door 1 is open. Alright, yep, Copilot is working on coming in. And, yeah.
Good afternoon, Captain.
Good afternoon. Houston, we got power. There we go. I'm gonna open up we're gonna open up the restream chat so you guys can chat with us. It's gonna make me sign in. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh. Alright, there we go. We got that set. We'll enable that. Enable.
You can program the CDU now.
Alright, hold on guys. Let me see.
Heading out for the walk around.
Oh, the CDU is going to do this again. Are you serious? Look, it's not reading it at all. Alright, stand by, guy. We're going to do... My gosh, this is getting old. Hold on. I don't know why it does this. I honestly don't, but I'm going to turn down my mic a minute. We got to restart this stupid stuff again. I don't know why it does that. It beats me. I don't know. Alright, guys, we're not restarting the sim all the way because it's the same jet, so there shouldn't be no problems. I think it's that other one. Yeah, I know about that. We're gonna verify. I'll verify real quick. Let me show you real fast. I'm checking that just for a minute. I want to make sure this is working right. So hold on. Yeah, see, the 2019 works, but if I load the other extended range, it does not. Alright, so let's ground power off. Alright, so we're going to load first officer again real quick. There, that way we ain't got to do all this all over again. Preferences. On, yes, yes. Runway 19. Alright. And there that is. Let's open the door again. Alright, there we go. And I'll be right back with you. We'll let the co-pilot do his stuff. Be back here in a minute.
Good afternoon, Captain.
Alright, folks, I had to step away real quick. Right, soft 3.
You can program the CDU now. Alright, I'm gonna go complete the walk around now.
All right. I'm going to leave that vector there in case I get ATC. Your weather. Alright, we've got everything set up.
We're ready to go. Weather reports look pretty good.
Alright, very good. I deleted my speech. Hey, bro. Let's go see. There we go. What I'm hoping is that P3D is showing on the window now. I hope. Alright.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested.
Navigation, transfer, and display switches.
Normal and auto.
Window heat.
On.
Pressurization mode selector.
Auto.
Flight instruments.
Heading set. Altitude set.
Parking brake.
Set.
Fuel control switches.
Cut off.
Checklist complete.
There's the APU firing up. $48 outside right now in Keflavik. Wind is at 10 knots, wind gust 14 knots. We're probably going to take off at flaps. Yeah, we're going to move our flaps out a little bit more. Wind is 210 at 10 knots, 14 on wind gust. Yeah, we're definitely going to be putting our flaps out a little bit further. Take me back to the event that we did, and somebody, well, they didn't make it.
Dear passengers, this is to inform you that the aircraft door is closed and we will be ready for departure. In order for us to push back, we would require that all passengers are seated with their seatbelts fastened and seats in the upright position. All carry-on luggage should now be either in the overhead compartments or under the seat in front of you. The cabin crew will be passing to make their final safety checks before departure. Thank you.
Give you guys an outside sound for a minute.
Before start check. Flight deck door.
Closed and locked.
Fuel 45005 pound.
Checked.
Passenger sign.
On.
MCP V2168. Heading
195,
195, altitude 32000.
32,000.
Takeoff speeds V1158, VR 161,
VR
V2
168,
V2
Set.
CDU pre-flight,
Completed.
rudder and aileron trim,
Free and zero.
Completed.
taxi and takeoff briefing,
Completed.
anti-collision lights,
On.
checklist complete.
Ground crew from cockpit. Ground crew from cockpit. Ground crew from cockpit.
Go ahead.
Ready for pushback.
Steering pin inserted. Release brakes. Starting push.
Nose left.
Cleared to start engines. Nose left.
Start engines.
Starting engine 2,
And there's the sound of them engines. Somebody wanted to hear the outside sound of them, so here we go. Hey, awesome, Steven.
Engine 2 cut out.
How are you, my friend? I hope school is going good for you. I go to college on.
Starting engine 1.
Never go to the cockpit. I go to college on Saturdays myself. I've got about a year left at college, going for my bachelor's in psychology. So I go every Saturday from about 8 in the morning to about 5 in the evening. Got to do that until December of next year. I'm glad that I know that I fixed the view. That that makes me feel better. For sure.
Stopping pushback. Set parking brake.
What are you are you in college? I'm
Parking
guessing.
brake on.
What are
Steering
you,
pin
what are you
removed.
studying,
Clear to
Steven?
taxi. Have a great flight.
Alright, you guys, now we are waiting for the co-pilot. He's getting things set up. Gonna be sitting there. I'm gonna actually. It's saying the wind is at 10 knots, wind gust 14, so we're gonna change those flaps. And I'm gonna probably bring the flaps out to just one more. We're at flaps 5 right now, so we're gonna go out one more notch. It says flaps 10. But I don't think that's actually the actual correct number as far as if you're looking at the flaps inside the co-pilot or inside the cockpit. Very cool, man. That's awesome. Do you do any flying outside of like the simulators, Steven? Or do you have any kind of license for aviation as far as flying outside of the sim? I know some people do, some don't. I'm not trying to ask you 1,000 questions, just curious. If I've got another friend, he flies he did fly 777, now he's flying the Queen of the Skies, and he's been flying for a very long time. You know, it's interesting you bring that up because I was looking at, the cost is so much. I don't know how pilots afford it to even get started with it. I think that I think you got to be really financially stable to even get involved in even starting out flying the smaller planes. I mean, my gosh. The amount that it costs just to fuel up, the insurance, the license, the training, it's a lot of money. And of course, simming is a very expensive hobby as well, but Alright guys, so now we can go ahead and do our, let me get over here. Okay, here we go.
Parking brake off. Parking brake on.
Alright, just checking my parking brake, making sure it was on. Let's go ahead and we are gonna we don't need these. I need to do a taxi checklist. Here it is, taxi checklist.
Taxi checklist. Generators.
On.
Proheat.
On.
Anti-ice.
Set.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Engine start switches.
Continuous.
Recall.
Checked.
Auto brakes.
RTO.
Yeah, I didn't know what time. I did the flight from my title was messed up yesterday too. I'm actually flying from Keflavik to Boston. I got to do the flight over because my FS Airlines client did not apparently notice that I was landed, so it wouldn't let me submit my flight.
Full left. Full right.
Full left. So what
Full
time
back.
are you going to be there in Indianapolis?
Full forward.
Eastern
Ground
time.
equipment.
I don't know what
Clear.
time zone
Checklist
you're on,
complete.
but all right, checklist is complete. So now we're gonna. So guys, we're on Unicoms, 122.8 for the Unicom, and then okay, very cool, man. I will definitely. I definitely want to do a flight out of Indianapolis, being that you'll be there. I think that'd be cool, getting to see your side of it too. Yeah. Throw me the link for sure. Yeah, I have a little bit of sight. I can see a little bit. So guys, I've got the Unicom set up here. We got Squawk 2000. Unicom is 122.8. And rule of thumb that I do, and I know some people might not, but I do, because considering that I'm visually impaired, I don't know who's out there. Right now there could be a plane coming in to land. There could be a plane going to the runway. So I like to try to look out for myself, and I look out for others. And usually I don't have no problem with, communication. They'll usually let me know if they're out there. So I'm going to let them know that I'm going to be doing a reposition due to visual impairment, and then I'll just give them the runway that I'm going to, and just say, if there's any traffic, to let me know, basically. That's the rundown of it. So, BBI 1339 going to be repositioning to runway 19 due to visual impairment. If there's any traffic coming in or on the taxiway or runway, please let me know. Then I'll wait a minute and see if anybody comes through, because it's the only way that I know to keep from messing up. I don't want to mess up somebody's flight. I've seen where people have actually moved from the runway, taxied out, moved from the gate, taxied out, went to the runway, and here comes the plane coming in to land, and they messed somebody's flight up. And I don't know. To my opinion, I don't think it hurts to communicate, especially when you're on Unicom, because you don't never know. If ATC's on, and you don't need to communicate with the pilots, you need to communicate with whoever's doing control, whether it's tower, ground, or whatnot. And unfortunately, there's been times when I've seen people even disrespect that. Like, ATC would give them somewhere to go, and where was I at? I was at AGLL, and the controller said, hey, I gave you directions, you're going the wrong way, you're crossing taxiways and runways, you're not even going the right direction, what are you doing? And the guy completely just ignored him. And it's just something that you don't do. So anyway, now we're going to go ahead okay, I'm on FS Tramp. This will let me reposition the runway 19. So I'm going to go here, hit application. Yeah, I wonder where they're at, because they're not letting me know anything. Let me key up again and just make sure. BBI 1339, we're going to be repositioning to runway 19 due to visual impairment. If there's any traffic in that area, please notify, and I'll hold back while you're getting landed, or if you're going to that runway. So all right.
Looks like they are taxied off the runway now.
Thanks, Steven. I appreciate that. There we go. All right, now real quick. My FS Airlines. Where you at, FS Airlines? Come on. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get my FS Airlines. Which is being silly. Come on. My FS Airlines client is being silly here. Come on. Here we go. Okay, it's telling me that FS Airlines already running. Let me hurry up and try to kill it because I don't see it. Come on. Here we go. Bear me real quick, you guys. Come on. My computer is being silly right now. I don't like when it does this. Let me make sure Unicom.com 1122.8. Alright. BVI 1339. We are at runway 19. We're going to be sitting here just for a minute. If anybody's coming in, let me know and I'll get out of the way again. See, I don't even see FS Airlines, so go back here real quick. Hold on. I'm going to have to kill the process. I know what it is. There's a process running. I need to kill it. Come on. There's FS Tramp. Come on, FS Airlines. This task manager's being slow. Well, my reader is. Just takes for a minute for it to read it. There it is. Alright, we'll kill that. There we go. And now we'll run FS Airlines. Log in. Fly. Fuel up. And fly. Now I can hide this. Now we're
Parking
good to
brake
go.
off.
Sorry about that, guys.
Before takeoff checklist. Flaps.
Set.
Stabilization trim.
Alright, we still got...
Checklist complete.
Flight attendants prepare for takeoff.
We're going to take the flaps out one more spot. Flaps 10. Because there is 14 knots of wind gusts. That's what it's telling me anyways. So, better be safe than sorry, folks. Here we
Parking
go.
brake on. Parking brake off.
Parking brake off. BVI 1339 going to be taking off from runway 19.
Takeoff power. Thrust set.
And here we go.
Speed alive.
Checked.
$64.
80 knots.
Checked.
80 knots, check. $121. $131.
V1. Rotate. V2. Positive brake.
Gear up.
Landing gear up. 400 feet.
VNAV. LNAV.
VNAV on. LNAV on.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Autopilot.
Command A on.
We had a little bouncer on takeoff, but that's okay.
Acceleration altitude.
BVI 1339, clear runway 19. Gonna bring our flaps in.
After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds.
On.
Packed.
Auto.
Landing gear.
Up and off.
Flaps.
Up. No lights.
Checklist complete.
How'd that look, Steven? Everything look all right to you? I've got two different views I can give you guys. I can give you this one, or I can give you that one. Which one do you guys prefer? Yeah, I was too. I thought we were done. I'm having to use a Are you talking about the one that you see now, Steven, or go back to the other one? But yeah, I'm using a controller, so I got a little bitty stick that I got to use right now. I'm getting a new yoke, but I got to set up with this controller for now, and it's kind of rough.
Transition altitude.
Checked.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, this other one, that one is the one that's the node view, isn't it? Yeah. All right, so we'll go back to that one. There we go. I'm glad it didn't mess up my FS Airlines. I better check it and make sure, but no, we don't want that.
Passing 10,000 feet.
Okay, good. Didn't mess up my FS Airlines. And guys, like I told you on the legs page, I left the vector in there at the arrival airport. There's a vector right before my waypoint, the localizer waypoint, in case there's ATC. That way, if they vector me, you know, that waypoint's there, and I can go ahead and do as directed. Let me look on the chat window now, Steven. Let's see. Yeah, Steven, send that again, will you? I'm looking on the chat. I just see the last message about a little worried about the bounce. By the way, I was too. I was super worried. if you can, Steven, I'm going to give you, let me go to the chat here. Okay. I sent an email in the list there. Can you send it to that email address? Yeah, it's filtering out the links. And that's why it's not coming through. 737flights@gmail.com. So yeah, that's my email there, Steven. And then, if you don't mind doing that, and I'll save it once you send it there, if that's okay. Alright, we're at 23,000. Hey, I appreciate it, Steven. I will let's see, I'm trying to figure out what time that would be. You said what would that be? Eastern UTC. If I'm calculating right, by the time I get there and do this flight, should be around the time you get to, you'll start doing your ATC in Indianapolis. I will go there and I'll do a flight out of Indy. Oh, okay, cool. Very cool. Are you from the, obviously don't say like right where you're at, but are you from the Indiana area? Like, or is that just the area you picked? That's awesome. Indianapolis needs it. Like, they don't get a lot of, well, I mean, unless I'm just never there at the right times. It's, oh, okay, very cool. Yeah, I'm actually about 40 minutes from Louisville on the Indiana side. So I'm not far from Louisville at all. Matter of fact, I believe I'm trying to think what the airport code is for where I'm at. Little bitty airport. It's in Scott County. Little bitty airport. Well, Scottsburg or Scott County. I think it's 3R8 or 3RA, one or the other. I can't remember. Dude, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's awesome, man. I actually went over to, I was going to do a video. Yeah, 3R8. That's it. I went over there and was going to do a video, but I can never find anybody there. Like, the one day I went there, they had, the doors were open on a hangar for where people can store their planes. Not real big. You probably put 4 or 5 planes in there. And seen a couple planes in there. Was hoping to talk to, maybe catch a pilot or something over there, but it didn't happen. Nobody was there, so I didn't do a video. I'm gonna try to go back over there again. I'd like to actually catch somebody either getting ready to fly or somebody landing or something over there. It'd be cool. That's a grass runway, I believe, or a dirt runway, one or the other there. Okay, I had to make sure. I thought somebody was having car trouble outside, but yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I've actually landed there before in not in real life, but on the sim, in a Cessna, which is pretty much what flies there. It's not nowhere big enough for. Not even I don't even think a small, well, I know that a small jet probably couldn't even land there. Probably I don't think the runway's long enough. Now, Madison, Indiana, if you look up Madison, you can land in Madison in a small jet. I don't know if they're code is MSN or MDS, I forget what it is, but Madison, Indiana has it's not a huge airport, but it can take a couple of it can take some small jets. That's where my previous college was until I started IU. I started IU, and now I got to go all the way over to near Versailles, Indiana, every Saturday, which is a heck of a drive. Alright, we're at 28,000 feet, and it's climbing. At 669 feet a minute. So it's slowly making its way up to the cruise altitude of flight level 320. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. It is Wisconsin. That's the wrong one. But, yeah, Madison, Indiana is where I used to go to college. And I've been to their airport. I forget what their code is. So in total, the flight's going to be 4 hours and 32 minutes. I'd say... Yep, there you go. KMIS. KIMS. Kims. Once we get to cruise altitude, it'll be about 4 hours and 22 minutes. It'll be flight time till descent. 3,000 feet to go and we'll be at cruise. Did that put the right title on your end, Steven? Does it say bikf to Kbos? I know yesterday it messed my title didn't update, so people thought I was doing a flight that I wasn't doing. And I didn't realize it. Okay, cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. About the time I land, you'll be there in Indianapolis, and then I can set me up a flight and do a flight. I'm trying to decide if I want to fly out of Indianapolis or if I want to come in to Indianapolis. Because you'll be doing control either way, right? You'll be doing control for approach and departure. Is that right? Very cool, man. I will okay, so I will do a flight out of there then, that way I know I get you. I'll do a flight from Indianapolis to Miami or something. Alright, we got 1,000 feet to go and we'll be at flight level 320, folks. We're going to be landing at runway 27 when we get to Boston. Last night, I don't know what the problem was. I don't know why. For some reason, FS Airlines, the client, didn't even see me landed. And I mean, I was on VATSIM, so I guess I could have submitted my stuff to FS Airlines, not to do his flight again, but that's all right. I figure I'll go ahead and just do it again. No big deal. We're at 300 knots indicated. I know why I bounced, and I was thinking about that, Steven, is I wonder if it was because of that gusty wind when it, you know, when I did that bounce that I did on takeoff. Because I
From the
usually
flight
never
deck, this is your
bounce on
first
takeoff.
officer. We've reached our cruising altitude, and as anticipated, the air is pretty smooth, so we're going to go ahead and flip off that seatbelt sign. However, if you do not need to get up and move about the cabin, please stay seated with that seatbelt fastened. As you all know, turbulence is unpredictable. It could occur at any moment. In the meantime, sit back, relax, and we'll talk to you when we get a little closer to our destination.
I've got some other people that you can also look for sometime as well if you ever come across any other people from BVI, or, well, it's also known as Vision. Which is 2 Delta Whiskey. That's a buddy of mine that runs the airline that we fly for through FS Airlines. That's Declan. He's a really good guy. He's a controller in the UK as well. I don't know what his info would be as far as what you guys go by as controllers, but yeah, Declan is his first name. He's a really good pilot as well. He does really good with flying. So far, not a lot of turbulence. Speaking of airplanes, I hear one now. Alright, I'm going to set this over here for a minute. Gear is up, just making sure. Flaps is at 0. Spoilers are retracted. We are good. Folks, bear with me, I'll be right back. Set my headset down. Take care of something real quick and be right back. All right, I am back. It's weird when I do control left arrow, right arrow, it makes a click noise, but I don't know what that's doing. Steven, when I do this, does that do anything? Spoiler's still there, flaps are still there, gear is still there. So I don't know what. But it don't do anything though, does it? Like, it's not changing my view. See? And that's when I do left arrow or right arrow. Now if I do up arrow or down arrow, that's down arrow, that's up arrow, as I'm holding the control key, obviously. But I don't think it changes anything. I don't know. Yeah, I think so, because if I go... That sounds the same that way, but if I go left with it now... Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's... I don't know what switch it is, but... I guess I could... Hey, let me ask you this real quick while you're here. When I minimize off of my flight window... Like right now, what do you see? Are you still seeing the cockpit? Or no? Okay, so you're seeing whatever I'm on. Whatever I'm on is what you see. Which, at least you can see the sim now, so we'll be grateful for that. I'm not going to mess with those settings no more. I think that when I think about being on VATSIM, anything that I, if I think about, someone had asked me in an email, what was my challenges when flying on that sim. And I think the biggest challenge for me is sometimes when I gotta do read back, and it's a longer read back, that might, I don't know, just longer read backs that I gotta read back. Sometimes I don't hear what they said, and I hate having to key up and say, "Can you please repeat that?" I hate doing that. But sometimes I just don't catch what they say, and I've got to end up asking them again. What'd you say? And I know that when a controller's busy, that it's kind of frustrating, I think, on their end, because they're trying to take care of you. They're trying to take care of all the other planes, all the planes coming in or going out, and I think it gets frustrating on both sides when that happens. But that's my biggest challenge. Now, That's good advice, you guys. Steven said when you miss something, just ask for that specific part. Like, for example, your temporary altitude. If you miss that, just ask for that part. That's good advice, Steven. I appreciate that. Another way that I believe, Steven, correct me if I'm wrong here, but another way that you can do it is you can message the controller that you're talking to, and they can send you a text with the information. And I believe when they do that, you don't have to read all that back. I believe when they send you a text with the directions, I believe. I'm going to let Steven here correct me if I'm wrong, because okay, so Steven said, it's that the thing with a PDC, not all airports do it, and some it's only upon request. So sometimes you can't ask for a PDC. Some airports don't do it. So the best thing, the best advice is just practice. Okay, gotcha. Now, is there a way to know if the airport doesn't, if they don't do PDCs? Is there a way to know that? Or just one of them things where they'll just have to tell you, hey, we don't do PDC? Okay, gotcha. Guys, what he said was that, some of the bigger airports like Atlanta, some of the larger airports, sometimes you'll get them automatically. And I have had them sent to me automatically as soon as I connected, I got a PDC. So, time till descent is going to be 1803, so 1,803 miles, 3 hours and 53 minutes. So, be after 5 when we start our descent, going on 6. Yeah, closer to 6, I believe. Oh, okay. So you guys, you can get that information through the chart. It'll say up at the where the frequencies are. Which means that airport wouldn't do it then. You know, here's the thing though, guys. Most generally, if you are communicating with a controller, for example, Steven here, if I'm in Indianapolis and I'm having trouble, I can message him and say, hey man, I'm having trouble with this or that. And this is the thing about the, you know, ATC. They would rather see you fly than give up and disconnect. Because I've seen people disconnect because they thought they were, you know, going to be a problem or... Yeah, just basically, Steven, I'm going off of some of the things that I've been asked through email and stuff. So I kind of cover that stuff as I'm flying. So, again, communicate with ATC because they, you know, they don't want you to disconnect. They would rather see you fly than say, hey, I'm just going to disconnect. I don't want to make this a big hassle. Or, you know, I've seen people coming in to land and, you know, maybe there's a requirement, you know, where they need you to hold or something and you're not sure how to do it maybe. I've seen people disconnect and, you know, I've seen controllers say, hey, you know, you don't got to disconnect. Just let me know, you know, what you're doing or what the problem is and we'll try to help you. 'Cause, I mean, they want to see you fly. They want to see you, you know, enjoy VATSIM as much as they enjoy doing the ATC side of it. I've had a few controllers that were having a bad day, like they've been overwhelmed with traffic. But I wouldn't say that's, you know, ATC being grouchy or something, so. Anywho, I'm going to go to Indianapolis tonight, and I'm going to try to make Steven's job as complicated as possible. No, I'm kidding, Steven. Oh. I like doing flights out of Indianapolis. It's a nice airport. I think is it 5 left, Steven? That's a common runway for takeoff, or is that, I can't remember if that's takeoff or if that's approach. I bet you've had your share of complicated pilots. But yeah, 5 left seemed to be a popular, or it used to be there at Indianapolis. It used to be a really popular runway. Okay. I'm glad you told me that. Okay. What causes them to close them runways, Stephen? Like in a, in the view of it being, a sim, is it like technical errors or is it just all due to weather? Okay, so the sim, that's what I was thinking. Whenever something in the real world, you guys simulate the same thing. Yeah, I like that. I like the fact that airports do that. I know, I think it was Miami, there was a runway that was down for a while due to an accident that had happened down there in Miami. I forget what runway it was. Trying to remember, 9 maybe, I can't remember, but that was maybe a month or 2 ago that they had a runway closed down there. Cappuccino here. They didn't have my pumpkin spice, and now I'm doing the vanilla, but that's all right. Let's see what the 3743 for engine 1, 3743 for engine 2. So that is the amount of fuel that this 739ER is using. Absolutely, Stephen. I will be there in Indianapolis tonight to do a flight out of Indy, my friend. I appreciate your support. Maybe before you go, click on that share button for me and share it with your friends, maybe. But I appreciate you, my friend, and we'll see you tonight. All right. Really cool, guys. Meeting new people, on the streams, meeting people through, flying on VATSIM and meeting some of these really respectful controllers. Just like the gentleman here that's, he's popped in the last 2 times that I've been flying, showing his support, and that was Steven. Which he's an ATC controller, and he controls tower for Indianapolis, and usually that's in the evening time. It starts around 7 p.m. Eastern time, so if you are a person that flies on that sim, go and do a flight out of Indianapolis and give show Steven your support. Really good guy. And I'll be back here in just a few minutes, folks. I got to do a little bit of cleanup here around the cockpit. So hold tight. Alright, just doing a test here real quick. Alright. There we go. YouTube is being silly here. Not sure why, but it is. Let's see. I got over 3 hours to go, folks, and we will be where we're. We will be on our way to making our descent into Boston.
Messages come. Cache ABB comment. Messages come 2 minutes ago. Comment. Brother Terry comment. Okay, thank you. 3 cache phone comment. Root comment. Plus 3 from phone. But cache ABB comment. Root comment. 6 minutes ago. Comment. Cache now. Comment for notifications. Phone comment. Looked. Shout out to looked. Phone comment. Cache. Messages 3:14 p.m. Messages come. Cache ABB comment. Root. Phone comment. Root comment. Plus 3 from phone. Passcode 8 2 9 0 4 8. Close. Close. What? Amount 2. $22. Selected. Cap banking. $5. Tab. 1 of. Safari. Demo. Page 1 of 8. Adjusted.
Alright, guys, we're having. I'm gonna try something. I will be back, so in case you're like, man, what happened? I thought you were live. Well, we are. I gotta do something here real quick with this, and then I'll fix it. We'll be back, and you won't miss the landing.